Now, the New Testament begins in a very tricky way. It's so tricky that it tricked the person who wrote it. You'll see in a minute what happened to him. So, you open the first page of the New Testament. I had to do it, unfortunately, because I saw that they're hunting a lot of Jewish souls. I had to know what to answer. So you have to learn that. I couldn't believe that there are people who would actually waste a minute in their life about this book. When I started to read what it says, I said to myself, how can it be? Man? You don't have to be brilliant to see right away. It cannot be the word of God. So let me give you an example. They start to link JC to King David. That's how the New Testament starts. Joseph, Mary, the pregnancy, she's a virgin. Now they're trying to prove that JC is a grandson of King David. Why it's so important to start the Christianity with this detail? Because the Torah called the Mashiach ben David, Messiah, son of David. And if he's not going to come from David HaMelech, it can never be the Mashiach, even if it's the biggest, smartest rabbi in the world. It's not. It doesn't have his genealogy linked to the King David. It cannot be the Mashiach. So they're trying to prove more than 20 generations all the way from King David until Joseph the carpenter. So they link Joseph the carpenter to King David. There's only one problem. There are 4 books in Christianity: John, Matthew, Luke, and Mark. And in 2 of the books, they show completely different genealogy. More than 22 mistakes between one book to another. Imagine such a thing. You open the Torah in Parashat Bereshit. Avraham הוליד את יצחק. יצחק הוליד את יעקב. יעקב הוליד את לוי. Then you go to ספר ויקרא או במדבר, and all of a sudden you see, אברהם הוליד את עזרא. עזרא הוליד את מוסטפא. מוסטפא הוליד את יוסי. You say to yourself, what's going on? So Avraham הוליד את מוסטפא, או את עזרא, או אברהם הוליד את יצחק. It cannot be both real. Right away, it's a book from God. God doesn't make such mistakes. But that's not even the main mistake here. Listen to this. When I spoke to this priest, I asked him, tell me, who's the mother of JC? He said, Mary. I said, fine. Everybody saw where the baby came from. Mary, cannot hide it. Who's the father? He's thinking. He said, God. I asked him, is God a grandson of King David? He said, no. So why did you waste 1.5 pages to link Joseph the carpenter all the way to King David, when right after that you said that Joseph was out of town? There's no connection to JC. It's not his son. He got the shock of his life. We started to drink 17 bottles of water. It finished in a debate. You can see it on video. I'm not telling you stories. You can see, you can count how much water he drank. So after that, when I asked him that, so he said to me, well, I see the problem. Maybe Mary is a granddaughter of King David. So I said to him, 2 problems. One, you don't have a word about Mary linked to King David. You did not try to link her to anyone. That's not the claim. But even if that was the case, the Torah already said, לממשפחותם, לבית אבותם. Genealogy goes only by the father. Your father is a Kohen, you're Kohen. Your mother is a Kohen, you're not a Kohen. Nothing. You're not a regular Israel. It goes only by the father. He saw that he cannot come out of it. And then I showed him a few more mistakes, and then we move. Now, in case you did not know, according to all opinions, Christianity did not start in the life of JC. JC never had an idea to form a new religion. He died a Jew. He made some sins, but he died as a Jew. Not only that he dies as a Jew, only 70 to 300 years after he died, they started to come and tell stories about him and write the evangelist. It could be 5, it could be even 10 generations later. Nobody ever saw how he looked. There was no pictures like today, no Google. You put JC image and he comes out. Nobody knew how he looked. Somebody made up a story. Nobody witnessed that. Nobody ever saw if there was even a person named JC. Not one testimony, nothing. One person told the story, and they started to write all kinds of things, and everything they write contradicts each other.